Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about going for a ride with Mom. When Dad was alive, they went for a ride all the time. Every Sunday after church, they went someplace and had dinner and just drove. Saw the countryside. So I continue to do that with Mom. It might not be on a Sunday. It could be a Thursday. It could be a Wednesday. But she enjoys it. When you first go to get in the car, Mr. Alzheimer's always wants to get in the driver's seat. And I have to tell Mom to take Mr. Alzheimer's over the passenger seat. And every time, we have to remind to get buckled. We can go about a quarter of a mile before the pine trees become an issue. This person shouldn't have put it there, and this person should have put a pine tree there. Isn't it amazing how one pine tree is pointy on top and the other pine tree is rounded on top? And then there's always the house on Missouri. Mom lived in a house on a street called Missouri when she was young, probably between the ages of 5 and 10. And every house is compared to that house. You know, I guess I'm saying this because it gets annoying. It gets frustrating, especially when you go for an extended drive. And I have to keep reminding myself. She doesn't remember she said it 2 minutes ago. Then there's the street names. Every time she sees a street name, she has to read it, which is cool. Keeps her mind active. Lets me know she can read. But it's the billboard signs or the stores. Every store. There's a store. There's a store. There's such and such. There's such and such. There's such and such. It's where I live for 20 years. I know what's there. So I bite my tongue. Frustration. It's the reason I'm doing these videos. Get my head on straight so I'm not always frustrated. The nice thing about the drive is this. I can tune out. I don't have to have the conversation. I can say, really? Yeah. I can do all that. And it works out great. Because she gets to talk. And I can think about all the things that I'm not getting done at home. And there are a lot of projects at home that I'm not getting done when we go for these drives. But it's important to her. And I take the time to do something like that for her benefit, for a respite for me from having to do one more load of laundry, or work on my heel bed, or plan menus. It's nice to get out, get her out. One thing I have to say is that if you let people with Alzheimer's sit in a chair all day long, there isn't a quality of life. You can only watch Law and Order so many times. That's not life, that's TV. That's vegging in a chair watching TV. Tell you a little story about taking Mr. Alzheimer's with me on rides, because I always like to throw one funny story into these videos. We pulled up to a red light, and the car beside us was boom, 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 shaking our car. And the windows were down. It was a nice day. And Mom decided to very loudly say, "That's just ridiculous, that noise. Don't they realize they're bothering us?" To which I quickly went, "Shh, shh, 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 shh. Don't want to get shot. Don't want to have any altercations. Don't want any of that." And I told her that it was only a red light. It was going to be gone in a minute. We don't have to deal with it. And her reply was, "I didn't say anything. All I said was, yeah, didn't say anything. All I said was." And this isn't quiet conversations in the car. This is very loud conversations in the car due to hearing aids and where they might be, besides in the ear. And spring days, it brings out the best in Mr. Alzheimer's. When it's raining, he's kind of quiet. When it's sunny, I think it's his element. I want to tell you another story real quick before I forget this. Picked up her friend the other day, went for a ride, and had them both in the back seat so they could converse. Dog was up front. Neither of them had their hearing aids in. Both of them have Alzheimer's. And there was two conversations. One was talking about one subject and one was talking about another. And they each nodded and replied to the other person in a timely manner, not knowing what the other person was talking about, for 45 minutes. I had a blast. Now, granted, you might think that I was laughing at them, but each were telling a funny story, so while I was laughing, they thought I was laughing with them. I was just laughing at the circumstance, the conversation. Don't ever laugh at them. Always laugh with them. When I took the lady home, she says, "Where are we going today?" And I had to remind her that we just came from going. Her driveway is a very muddy driveway, so I left Mom in the back seat because I didn't want to try to get her up front with all the mud. And Mom says, "Why am I back here? Why did you stick me back here? The dog gets the front seat and I had to sit in back." And then asked me, "Where are we going?" And I said, "Home." She goes, "Well, we just got in the car." So remember patience. I'll never pray for patience, ever. The only way to gain patience is to go through stuff, and I've got enough on my plate without having more. Don't pray for patience. But it's at those times when they say something that is extremely funny to you that makes the frustrations melt away. So look for those little jewels, those little gems that pop up every once in a while, so that you can smile through it. As always, blessings to you and yours. Bye.